What's up, guys? I have a $600 gaming budget PC that I'm planning to make. This is actually a budget PC that I'm planning to make for my first PC. I already have a couple of the parts that you can check out the unboxings to. And let's get right into the hardware. So for the CPU, I went for an AMD FX 6300 6-core processor because this is an ideal CPU for a budget gaming AMD build. Um, Although it might bottleneck some of your games with the GPU that we're going to be choosing, it can be overclocked to, I've seen people overclock to 4.0 gigahertz. I don't know, much higher. I haven't really looked too much into the CPU, but I know it's good for this price point, and it's something that's going to be included in my first PC build. And then next we have the motherboard. And for the motherboard, I have two options. The first one is a Gigabyte GA970A, priced around $80, $75. This comes with many motherboard specs and has pretty good ratings on PC Part Picker and places like Newegg, Amazon. It supports DDR3 RAM, 32 gigabytes maximum memory, and although it doesn't have SLI support, it does have Crossfire support, so that's a good thing. SATA 6 gigabits per second speed. And the second one is an MSI 970A. I don't know the exact model number of it, but it's priced around $90, $100, and it's a really nice looking board. That's another option around this price point if you want to drop a little bit more money for it. And for the RAM, we went with 8 gigabytes of G-Skill Ripjaws X series, DDR3 RAM, and 8 gigabytes is the sweet spot for gaming right now. I don't think many games are using more than 8 gigabytes right now. And RAM is pretty cheap right now. It used to be way more expensive, almost double the price, which right now the price is around $35, for no more than $40 for 8 gigabytes of RAM. And this is a very good DDR3 RAM set on a budget. Obviously, most of this stuff is not going to be the top of the line, the best. And these ones that I went with is black and red, but they have many other color choices. And this is a part that I already have for my future PC build that I have an unboxing for on my channel if you guys want to go check it out. This is a really good RAM set in my opinion after seeing many reviews on it. And for memory, for storage, we have just basic Western Digital Caviar Blue 1 terabyte 7200 RPM internal hard drive. This is pretty much what everyone uses when you're on a budget gaming PC. 1 terabyte is enough for games that you might want, and you could also expand, maybe drop a couple $20 for another terabyte of memory. And I don't really think an SSD would fit in this build right now just because we're on a pretty tight budget, but if you wanted to in the future, you could expand to that. And yeah, this is a pretty good solid hard drive, not much to it. And for our GPU, I'm gonna go for an EVGA GeForce GTX 960 2 GB super clocked ACX video card. And right now, this is pretty cheap. I don't know why it dropped down so much. It is at $170, and with a $20 mail-in rebate, drops it down to $150 on Newegg. It's a pretty solid GPU if you want to game at 1080p at very high settings. You'll get some. I don't think you'll drop below 40 frames per second depending on the CPU. And that's where it comes back to bite us, the CPU, that it's not really meant for gaming because it's just an FX 6300. It kind of bottlenecks a little bit in reviews that I've seen. But then again, you can overclock to get some additional frames if you really wanted to. And for the case, we went with a Corsair Spec 01 Red ATX mid-tower case, and it's a pretty nice case with a side view mirror to showcase all of our nice components that we've chosen. And originally it is $45 right now on Newegg, but there is a $5 off promo that's going to end pretty soon with a $10 mail-in rebate. Drops it down to around 30 bucks. Pretty nice solid red case. Comes with a couple case fans. And yeah, that's a pretty good case. And then for next, we have our EVGA 430 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. This is a pretty cheap power supply with only around $30, but you can't really expect that much for $30 since it being just a 430 watt power supply. There's not much to it. It has some cable sleeving, but you can still see colors through it. I guess you could drop another $10 or $20, get yourself a better power supply. Or even if you wanted to, you could just buy one right now, a little bit higher so you can future-proof in case you wanted to get a more powerful GPU or CPU or anything like that. That might be something that I'll look into soon for myself, actually. And for operating system, just Windows 10. Pretty straightforward, not much to it. It's a pretty expensive part that I didn't really look forward to buying, so there are other places where you could get cheaper Windows 10 keys. I don't know, some of them are pretty sketchy, around $30 for them. Give it a try. I've seen some good reviews, some bad reviews. Yeah, and then for a wireless network adapter, just any old one, not any old one, but one with good ratings will work. Well, this is something that I would choose because I can't really have wired connection to my computer as my router is upstairs and I can't really move it downstairs because that's just not an option of mine right now. But yeah, that's pretty good. You might lose connection obviously, but not much you can do about it. And just some optional stuff you can buy, like some case fans. I got a Cooler Master Sickle Flow in my PC case. That's something that I've bought in right now. And it was pretty cheap, like $9, under $9. I already have that. There's an unboxing to that on my page on YouTube. I'll link it in the description below if you guys want to go look at it. And then at the end we have the Cooler Master CM Storm Devastator Gaming Bundle, which is pretty much what everyone's using right now when you're on a budget. It's $30. It comes, I think, in red, green, and blue. So it is pretty it fits most PC build styles, whatever. And I've heard some pretty good things about it being on a budget. And these are all things that you can upgrade in time, obviously. And yeah, I think this is a pretty good solid build. I think this might be what I'm going to use for my build. I already have some of the parts. If you have anything to add, something I can improve, something wrong, drop it in the comments below. I haven't been doing much PC stuff. I just got into it recently. And yeah, thanks for watching.